Well, what are Furbies? They were created by Tiger Electronics in the fall of '98. They were designed to be as real as possible. Since they blew up then, what is keeping them so popular to this day?
Well, I can't quite pinpoint what has caused a bunch of people our age to be into these creatures, but I know of a certain source that took the already existing fan base, like the community that makes art with these Furbies, and what really boosted it. There's this YouTuber called Strange Eons. She made a video about the Furby fan base and sort of highlighted a lot of the customization, and like one of the most popular things people do with Furbies is they take fabric and they make them really long. I think that a lot of people saw that and they were like, damn, that's really funny. So then they started making them themselves, and then they were like, well, these things are actually pretty cute. Now they're in a community where they can have fun.
Like generally it's just nostalgia. Like nostalgia stuff is really big these days, especially 80s stuff. The Furbies are a 90s thing. I think especially like the older ones, they're just good and cute, and why not? I mean, I can't like another series of like why specifically, except that people are more open to it and the internet, and people are finding out about it more, and just the culture of people just doing whatever they want at this point and having weird interests, so more people feel like they are allowed to be into Furbies, I suppose.
To go off why they have been revived, I wonder what makes a teen audience drawn to them.
I think it's the fact that a lot of teens our age like weird stuff. It kind of has to do with meme culture, I guess, which is kind of a weird thing to say. They start out like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get a Furby and I'm gonna make it long, it's gonna be so funny for my Instagram account. But then they like spend some time with it and they're like, bro, this is cute.
Clearly, the people in this community have a passion for what they do. So with that, what good has come from the community?
It gives people something to do, which is always good for people our age. When you look at something like this, you're like, for the first time, you're like, bro, why are people into this? Is this like a fetish? But in reality, there are a lot of people who like use these and like customize them. They just think that they're really cute, which I'm gonna be saying a lot because that is the core thing. People think that Furbies are cute. It gives them they have a lot of customization options.
I mean, just generally people feeling free to express themselves and do what they like in something that, like, it is expensive, but it's not as expensive as, like, cosplaying or fursuiting. You can still create a character and do all that without spending a ton of money. It's still a good amount of money, but it kind of, like, it feels more worth it. And also just the community's really nice. It's very supportive. Someone makes something that, you know, the sewing's a bit rough or the painting's a bit wobbly, and everyone's just so supportive. Like, oh, we love your new character. We love your new Furby.
Be scared.
So what is it that we have learned from talking in this community? And what is it that we can learn from the older models' resurgence?
Well, I think it kind of has to do with the fact that they are the original ones, and a lot of people flock to original, you know, whatever product it is. Like, for example, if you're given a Coke bottle, you're going to find the oldest glass rendition a lot cooler than the newest one. And also, the older ones just kind of, like, look uniquely strange compared to the newer ones. Which, you know, for a design choice, might not be the best thing. But, like, there's something charming about how just, like, human the eyes are on these, and, you know, how they kind of sound, and yeah.
It's like, I've played with a boom, and to me it just feels like a robot. Like, I look at it and I just immediately know this is a robot. It's speaking like a full, like, just normal English. They speak very little Furbish. It's weird, and it's got plastic ears, and it moves really sporadically, and it doesn't feel like a creature versus a real Furby, an original 98. Soft and fluffy, and most of the colors are either normal animal colors or kind of toned down. It's the eyes too, like the actual eyelids and stuff. It feels more like a real creature, and it talks and acts more like a baby, like a child. It just feels like something you want to take care of. I mean, in general, their eyes are very humanoid. Like, if you really look at just the eyes, they're very close to human eyes. Like, the pupils are very small. Whereas, like, if you look at most stuffed animals, they have huge pupils to make them look like animals, or to, like, kind of to make them look like babies, to kind of set up that maternal instinct. But they don't have that. They're a little creepy. They're a little off-putting. And I get that. And, the fact that they were made and programmed to be so lifelike, to, like, in the way they respond and their personalities and stuff. People just don't like that, I guess.
What sparked the Furby Renaissance? Well, after going through interviews and articles and just talking with some people in the community, I'm going to say that it never really started or ended. It has been around since the Furbies have come out in '98, and grew much more after social media had a play in it. There is still conflict about how these may creep some people out, but that doesn't stop the Furby community from being a safe space for all types of creators.
I just wanted you to watch me dissolve slowly.